Paul Simon, one of the most revered songwriters of his generation, is often seen as a thoughtful, poetic voice of introspection, celebrated for his profound lyrics and groundbreaking work both as a solo artist and as half of the iconic duo Simon and Garfunkel. But behind the graceful melodies and poetic brilliance lies a much darker and more complex story than many fans realize. Simon's life has been marked by intense personal struggles, deep emotional conflict, and a quiet battle with self-doubt and disappointment that has followed him throughout his career. While songs like The Sound of Silence, Bridge Over, Troubled Water, and Graceland resonate with deep meaning, they often stem from a place of personal pain, alienation, and inner turmoil that he rarely showed to the world. Born in 1941 in Newark, New Jersey, Paul grew up in a household shaped by pressure and expectation. His father was a bandleader and college professor, and young Paul was raised with a sense of both musical legacy and high standards. As a child, he was introverted and self-critical traits that followed him into adulthood. His early partnership with Art Garfunkel seemed magical on the surface, producing timeless hits and defining a generation, but behind the scenes, it was filled with bitter tension, rivalry, and long stretches of emotional estrangement. The two clashed frequently, and though they projected harmony on stage, their personal relationship was often fractured. Simon frequently felt overshadowed and unappreciated, especially after Garfunkel pursued acting, leaving Simon to carry the musical weight and endure the emotional fallout. Their friendship unraveled multiple times over the years, marked by long silences and unresolved resentment. As a solo artist, Paul Simon reached new creative heights, but his journey was never free of darkness. He faced numerous identity crises, struggling with his place in the music world, with shifting public tastes, and with the fear that his greatest work was behind him. Behind the critical acclaim for albums like Graceland was a period of intense self-doubt, legal battles, and public scrutiny, especially when he was accused of cultural appropriation during the recording of Graceland in apartheid-era South Africa. Though he maintained his artistic integrity, the controversy took a toll on him emotionally and professionally. Simon's personal life also bore deep scars. He endured multiple failed marriages, including a tumultuous relationship with actress Carrie Fisher. Their romance was filled with passion but also clouded by emotional instability, addiction, and mental health struggles. In interviews, both Fisher and Simon admitted that their love was profound but painful, and the fallout from their relationship lingered long after their split. Simon himself has wrestled with periods of depression and isolation, often retreating from the public eye to avoid the pressures of fame. Even as he aged and received countless accolades, he has spoken about the emotional emptiness that sometimes accompanies success, and his recent admission of hearing loss has further complicated his relationship with music, the very outlet that once saved him. The story of Paul Simon is far darker than his gentle voice and thoughtful lyrics suggest. It is a story not only of genius and innovation, but of emotional wounds, broken connections, and a lifelong search for peace amid the noise of the world and the silence within himself.